Welcome back to horse racing today after a one-day hiatus. And with that one day, we found our way from Bensalem, Pennsylvania, up to Saratoga Springs for horse racing at the mecca of summer horse racing, I guess. It's a nice place up there, a little throwback, if you will. Good morning to everybody. And if you like what you see today, please hit that comment section. Say hi like Tafum did. Let us know where you're coming from. We love you too in Turkey. Someday we might find our way out there, Tafum, and ride a horse just like you. And then, as always, some free picks today at Guaranteed Tip Sheet. The Travers Wagering Guide is going to go up as soon as the show's over. I'm done with that. The free track today, I believe, is Remington Park. A lot of horses in there that I felt like offered some value and some good long shots in there as well. 9 races in Oklahoma. Make sure you use the link in the description to check that out. When the show is over at horseracingtoday.net, we'll post our picks as well as our Benny and the Bet suggestions, race replay in the YouTube description. We'll timestamp every race. We'll also find in there a link to the description and how to use our smart sheets, which you'll see right here. We'll bring those up as we go through the show, the only place you can get them. And, of course, while you're at Horse Racing Today right now, go over there, hit that HRT gear button right there. Get yourself a Horse Racing Today t-shirt, hat, apron, drinking mug, whatever it is that you feel like supporting the show with. We greatly appreciate it. Terry, we also do our business of trying to make winning horse racing picks. Let's start with the opener at Saratoga on this fast and good Thursday.
All right, so the first race is 7 furlongs, an allowance race, $95,000 purse, and it's for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward, foaled in New York State and approved by the New York State Registry, which have never won $20,000 other than a maiden claim and starter, or which have never won 2 races.
Yes, and the profile of a 7 furlong winner on that beautiful track belongs to horses that stalk the lead. Being middle forward, that's the best way to be. Although a little more than 1 out of 4 get the lead, keep the lead, and run right into the winner's circle. A bit of a rail bonus for Intentious. And then 2 and out. They play almost fair. So it's a pretty fair going. Terry, one of the things that we like to see in our 1,000 simulations is who will be where at the beginning of the race. And the opener looks like everybody will be competing for the lead at the start.
That's right. They all have some pretty good numbers there, starting with the 3 and then 6, 7. They're all very close. So you just never know who's going to get that quarter hole first.
Yeah, and the par speed figure for this race is Michael Irvin, 88. So far, Terry, nobody has hit that number. A few have come close, the maybes, but who's got the best chance to do it today according to our 1,000 simulations?
Well, it looks like the 7 has the best chance, followed up by that 3. So we can just see what happens here.
Yes, we have one class dropper moving down 1.2 lengths with Crimson Queen, and I've seen in New York, that's usually a pretty good thing to look for. Everybody else moving up in class, Terry. Those are some people like jockeys and trainers. Some think it doesn't mean anything. If you like it, what do you like?
Well, 3 is the best jockey. 6 would be the best trainer, but I think 3 is the best jockey trainer combination.
Yes, City Blocks also has a 3-point last race speed figure edge. Total pace edge of 7 points. Now, Andrew Byer says anything with a 3-point speed figure edge, you got to pay attention to. Our history shows us anybody with a 5 or more point total pace edge, 5 points equaling 1 length, they're worthy of your consideration. Terry, who gets your consideration to top the ticket in the opener?
Well, as you can see here, starting out with number 6, Accelerated News. She won her last race at Saratoga. Her best third speed is fast among today's starters. She's actually tied with another horse, and she has a high percentage winning trainer jockey. City Blocks won her last 2 races out of the run 2 races out of the last 3 starts. Her best third speed is fast among today's starters. She has a high percentage winning jockey. And then Grace and Grit, 7, drops in class today, can improve at the shorter distance, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Number 4, Crimson Queen is my long shot. She has finished in the money in 3 races out of her 4 career starts. She drops in class today, and her best dirt speed is fastest among today's starters, actually tied with the 6.
I'm going to start with the 3-horse City Blocks. That one, Terry, top last race speed figure and top total pace, making the classic third start after a layoff. Accelerated News, the 6-horse, did absolutely blast the competition last time out in her first race at Saratoga. Number 1, Intentions, upgrading today to jockey Dylan Davis after showing some better pace across the board last time out. Some better early pace, better mid pace, better late pace. The only horse to go 3 ways. And then finally, I'm going to go with the 7-horse Grace and Grit. That is our simulation favorite. But the only dirt race didn't go so well. The rest were on turf. I'm going to put some of my Benny in the bets. $100 budget to work here. $3 double, the 3 over the 4, the 8, and the 10. And then a $1 pick 3, just in case that 3-horse doesn't fire. The 6, 3, 6, 4, 8, 10. And then I'm going to solo up the 3 in that last leg there. We got 3 minutes before the first race at Saratoga, Terry. So probably enough time to get through race number 2. So let's go about that business.
Okay, a mile and 16th on the inner turf. It's a maiden claiming race, $75,000 claiming price, the $80,000 purse, and it's for maidens, fillies, 2-year-olds that sold or RNA'd for $60,000 or less in their most recent sale. Our claiming price is $75,000.
Yeah, so taking a look at this spot, Terry, at a mile and a 16th on the inner turf, closers have done well. Still a fair share, 16%. Got the first call at the quarter-mile marker, got the first call at the finish line. The inside 3 horses, a small discount, 4 through 7 a bonus, 8 and out, a little bit of a discount as well. Let's just touch on some of the key factors in race number 2, Terry, then make our picks.
Well, the 8 shows the best speed in here by far, so it should get to that quarter pole first if it gets a good break.
And seeing how this is a maiden race, Terry, one of the things we want to pay attention to are the horses that have hit a par race. You see the 7 and the 8 show they can get to that 73 speed figure. A couple of other horses in here, many of them making their first time start. We look for scores of 2.5 or more on a 3-0 scale. You see that the 4-horse taken by the wind, as well as the 10-horse Grand Lux, making that call, Terry. Jockeys and trainers are important, I feel like, in first timers too, Terry. So what do you see there?
Well, the 6 looks like the best jockey to me, and the 8 and 6 best trainer, but I think the 6 is the best combination jockey trainer.
Yes, it is the lowest rated first time starter in there. All right, Terry, of the experienced horses, the 8-horse did run the top last race, speed figure 15 points better than any of the other experienced horses. So did you go first time starters? Did you go with a little experience? What did you do?
I went first time starter with the 6. She has a breeding that suggests she'll like the route distance, and she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And then the 7 Birch Run has finished in the money in 2 races out of her last 3 starts, has a high percentage winning trainer. Number 8 has the highest last speed rating and has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. 2x2, the 1 has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 30% of the races. In the first race, a horse competes in at a route and can improve while trying grass, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. Played the very first pick, Miami Vice, Don Johnson, pick 4, 1, 6, 7, 8 with 2, 3 with 1, 3, 6, 7 with the 4, 10, 11. That's a $48 ticket.
Yeah, for me, I'm going to start off with the State Brigades Cross. Did run that top last race, speed figure 15 points better than everybody else. It is the yes horse, better early pace, better late pace, better fractions, better in the second start after a layoff. 10 Grand Lux is that 2.91 first timer with strong workouts. Number 4, taken by the wind. You got Irad Ortiz. You got Todd Pletcher, a well-bred horse. And then finally, that 7-horse Birch Run needs to bounce back in its 4th race, or I think they're going to send this one to the bench for some rest. We're going to find out today. 4, 8, and 10, 2, 3, 3, 6, 7. And then 2, 3, 4, 10, and 11. That makes up my pick 4. That is, I think, $45, Terry. Also going to put a little bit of money to work from my Benny and the Bets. 50-cent trifecta box. I love these with the first-time starters because you can catch a price. 4, 7, 8, and 10 for me to get cracking. Let's take a look and see if they're cracking on race number 1 yet, Terry. They got to be close, right?
Yeah, they're close. It's it's post time, I think.
Yeah, they're kind of finding their way to the starting gate over there. So we still have a little bit of time left. So if you want to help the show today, one of the easiest ways you can do that, Terry, is to do what?
Well, you said subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit the bell so it notifies you about all the different programs coming up. Go ahead and copy the link and share it with all your friends and neighbors. Go to our social sites that are scrolling down below at Horse Race and number 2 day and give us a thumbs up and a like, and also keep the comments and race picks coming as Tape Fun started out with today.
Yeah, indeed. If you have any thoughts, suggestions about the show, let us know. If you have any picks, baseball, football coming up. Hey, you got any futures wagers on who's going to win the Super Bowl? I know who Terry would bet on, but you can just take his money because ain't going to happen. And then let's see. They're going into the gates here for race number 1. Let's see if we have any sort of overlays in here. Well, it looks like the 6 is the favorite right now. That one, well, maybe it looks like the 7 horse, 4-1 versus 2-1. A little bit of value on that horse. The 3 horse, 3-1 versus 7-2. So you're getting a little bit of value, not much, on City Blocks. Coming off that top last race speed figure effort, a 3 points better than everybody else. They got off to a good start. Looks like the 3 got off to a pretty good start as well, as he's casually making his way down towards the rail there. The 2 horse is in the mix as well. The 4 is in there too. So as we thought, a lot of horses would try to compete for the lead in the opener. It does look like the 3 has taken to the lead there in this opening race where they're going to go 7 furlongs. Kind of interesting what the fractions are. 23 and 16, maybe a tad fast. But Ricardo Santana Jr. is not a bad jockey. Let's see if he can slow it down a touch. The 6 horse, he's going to have a little bit of a trip there. It looks like he's going to have to go in between horses and wide to win as the favorite. Coming around the turn, 3 horse continues to hold the lead. Jockey standing up on him, really hasn't asked for much. 6 horse is going to have to come around the track 3 wide. That's a difficult trip. The 7 horse is in that mix too. They're all trying to make up ground on the front runner who still has not been asked to go. Ricardo Santana looking through the reins there, just kind of keeping his horse to task. Down the stretch they come. He still hasn't asked him to go yet. No tap on the backside. Is he going to go wire to wire, Terry? I don't know. It looks like the 1 horse right now is trying to get into the mix. Ricardo Santana asking for a little more as they come down the stretch. And the 3 horse is your winner. It's going to go 3, then 1, and then I think 2. 3, 1, and 2. Was that animated enough? You think I can do that for real or no?
Yeah. I'm glad. It's good for you because that's your main horse in there.
Yeah, I mean, he came home as the winner. When you see these combinations right here, the top last race speed figure and also that big total pace edge in there, wasn't maybe horse, did catch the top jockey in this race with Ricardo Santana. I mean, it's just a lot of reasons to think about it. So we went that route, worked out, because earlier in this week, none of my stuff has worked out. Now I need to close it out.
Well, you've got a good odds too, 4-1, and you did really well as far as winners on Tuesday. You had 8 out of 12 races. Your top pick won,
and somehow didn't win at pick 4.
I know. I was amazed by that. I kept looking and checking and looking and checking. I said, I must be missing something here.
That's pretty crazy. That you have a 12 horse wide open races. You win 8 races with your top pick, and somehow you missed the pick 4. It's just, you know what they call that, Terry?
Bad luck.
Gambling. Right?
Yeah.
Yes, it can work like that sometimes. All right. Well, what are they working for in the 3rd race?
All right. So we're going to go to 1 mile and an 1/8. And it's called the Fleet Indian Stakes. It's $200,000 purse for fillies 3-year-olds, foaled in New York State and approved by the New York State Registry.
And at 1 mile and an 1/8 to win this $200,000 stakes race. There's another one a little bit later on in the day. Stalkers do good. 24% of the time, though, you get to the lead. And much like the 3 horse we saw in the opener, guess what? You'll keep it all the way around the track. Inside horses tend to do better than outside horses. It's only a 5 horse field, Terry, so we know in a 5 horse field, there's only one thing to bet. That's the longest shot on the board, according to Stephen Fielder. And if we get 210 to 1 odds on the 1, why not? But if speed goes around the track pretty aggressively, who's going to do that?
Well, there's 2 that are pretty close to the numbers. The 3 has the best, but if the 3 stumbles or has any problems, that 2 could outbreak it and go to that quarter pole first.
Yes, the 3 horse should get to the lead, has a 6-point early pace edge. Also, your top late pace horse, and then your top total pace horse. We saw the same exact thing in the opener. So you got the 3 at the top of all of those lists there, Terry. But it doesn't top the list for horses that have hit par, and it doesn't top the list of those horses that can do it again. Who does?
Well, the 2 has the best, has done it in the past, and it also has the best chance to do it today.
But the 1 and the 3 look like your best combinations of jockeys and trainers. C-zone, Terry, we haven't talked about that. In a race where everybody wants to be middle back, what I call a blob race. Doesn't look like any strong contenders, but who might get the best trip?
Well, the 1 looks like the best figures there that get the best trip, that longest shot on the board. So you might want to pay attention to that.
Yeah. How many times have we seen that, Terry, much to our chagrin, because we didn't play that horse? All right. Well, who did we play?
Well, I played in this race the number 3 horse. And K-Cup, she has won 2 races in a row and goes for a hat trick and has a high percentage winning trainer jockey. The 2 finished in the money in 9 races out of her last 10 starts. Very competitive horse. She won 4 of those races. She has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Her best start speed is fastest among today's starters. And she has a bullet workout on August 15th. Lottie Margaret, the 4, won her last race. Has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey, my 3rd pick. My long shot is that 1, Carmen's Candy Jar. She didn't seem to like turf in her last race, and now she returns to the dirt where she's done much better. Has a high percent winning jockey and trainer, and the rail post winning at a 22% clip.
I have the 3 horse on top, just like we saw in the opener. The 3 horse does have that early top last race speed figure edge, 3 points, going to be your pace setter. Early edge about a length there. Your top total pace horse is 7. Your top late pace horse, better early pace last time out, better fractions last time out. I'm just fearful that's going to be a Tom horse. Low odds 2nd place. And if it does finish 2nd, it will probably be behind Vihamente, the 2 horse. It's the only yes horse in the field. We saw that over here. It's also our simulation favorite. That's pretty solid in there. And if you take a look here, it has a really fast workout between races, Terry. 7 furlongs. Yeah, 7 furlongs. If it ran 7 furlongs in 46 seconds, then you better bet that one. But 46-1, fastest out of 74. Terry, what do you call that?
Very fast. Yeah, it's very fast.
Yeah, it is indeed. I just hope it for the people who backed that one didn't leave it at the track. The 1 horse, there you go. Could be the longest shot in the 5 horse field. 3rd start after a layoff. I am no longer not going to put that one in my picks. And then finally for Lottie Margaret, you got Brad Cox, big bounce, and the only other time this horse made 2 starts after a layoff. So take a look out for Lottie Margaret, who is actually the 2nd choice, according to one of the best lines makers in the entire country, David Aragona. 4th race out of 10 today. Terry, what do the condition books say that they're running for here?
Okay, it's a 1 and a mile 16th, a mile and 16th on the turf. Allowance race, $95,000 purse for 3-year-olds and upward, polled in New York State and approved by the New York State Registry, which have never won $20,000 other than a maiden claimant or starter, or which have never won 2 races.
Yep, and at $1.16 on the grass. Again, you're looking for closers in here, Terry. Only 1 of 12 have gone wire to wire. So if I remember correctly, that's about 8%. There is a rail discount for the Craftsman. 2 and 3, those are the best post positions to own. 4 through 7 get a bonus. So far, nobody that's worn the pink 8 or higher has found their way into the winner's circle today. Terry, well, if one's going to go wire to wire, English, not Elmer Fudd. If one's going to go wire to wire today, Terry, who might it be?
Well, it's going to be a little bit of a toss up there between the 8, 5, and 9, although all of them show some kind of speed, but the 9 shows a little bit more speed than the 5.
So the 9 horse, left arrow horse, PC type. Terry, it's got a good shot to get to the lead. He's a left arrow type. And what does this number down here mean?
It means it is going to be very comfortable in this race and should have no problems wanting to run here.
No problems. Everybody wants to be middle back. So getting forward, despite the fact only 1 out of 12 have won up front, could be the best place to be. If you look at the horses that have hit par, only 3 of them, Terry, the 3, the 4, and the 8, have shown that they can hit speed figures of 87, although a lot of them have come close. Only 1 no. Everybody else is a maybe. Looks like plenty of them can do it again today.
That's right. You can take a look there. That a lot of these can, but that 5 and that 7 show the best chance to do it. So
yes, 5, 7, and looks like 3 Alfagar. You got the 3 and the 4, as well as the 6 and the 7 moving down in class. Terry, another one of those horses that's showing up prominently. You got a nice overlay on the 3, better improvement here. We're also the only one with better fractions, dropping in class. And what else do we see right there?
Well, the 3 has got the best jockey, and the 6 has the best trainer. But I think the 6 is actually the best jockey-trainer combination in this race.
6 also tops our top total pace horses, along with the 3, the 7, and the 8. Again, I've been watching this. These top 4 horses between sim odds and total pace have been where most of the winners are found. That's the primary zip code, Terry. So where are your winners going to be found in the 4th race?
Well, I like the 7, Mr. Tonic. He ran 2nd in his last race as a favorite, but he has a high percentage winning trainer that brings back horses that were beaten before and wins 20% of those races, and he has a high percentage winning jockey. Coach Case, the 6, finished the money in 2 races out of 3 career starts, winning one of the starts. Has a good workout on August 4th or 7th. And then the 3 has won 2 races out of his last 4 starts and has a high percentage winning trainer jockey. The Craftsman, the 1, Longshot, won his last race at Saratoga, has a high percentage winning jockey. I'm going to play the 2nd pick 4. I'm going to use the 1, 3, 6, 7 with the 4, 10, 11 with the 1, 4, 7, 8 with the 2, 12, a $48 ticket.
We got the same first 3. The only where we differ is on the end. So Mr. Ronick, very consistent performer, showed some better early pace, some better late pace, and then a good workout between races. So room to be better, with more stamina today. Coach Case, the 6 horse, problems in its last race. So we can kind of, maybe, I don't think you put an X through it, but you definitely highlight it because you expect more in the 2nd round after a layoff, particularly with a clean trip. The 3 horse, Alphagar, that's our simulation favorite. It is a class dropper, the only horse that posted better fractions last time out. You got Irad Ortiz on a yes horse at a good price. Ain't nothing wrong with that, as they say here in Chicago. And then finally, number 5, Mo Cressa. Should be forward, as we saw in our race shape, versus a field that wants to close. And if that one can get away with the right fractions, Terry, I was going to put either that or the 9 in there, but I figured I'd go with the 5. If he gets the right fractions, could make it 2 out of 13 that go around the track on the front. I'm going to go the 3x3x3x3. You can't call that the Noah pick 4 because that would be 2x2x2x2, but I suppose it's a version of the Noah pick 4. Race number 5 marks the middle of, the ending of the first half of a 10-race card. And I think we're going to get into a series of these maiden-type races, starting out with the 5th, Terry. So what's the first one look like?
A mile and 16th on the inner turf, and it's a maiden claiming race, $75,000 claiming price, purse of $80,000 for maidens, fillies, 2-year-olds that sold or are in a deed for $60,000 or less in their most recent sale or claiming price of $75,000.
Mm-hmm. Lots of stuff going on there. Again, with these first-time win seekers, one of the things I really want to focus on over here is this par speed figure being 73. Has anybody, Terry, been able to hit in race number 5 that 73 number?
Yeah, you can take a look here and see that the 4 did. 4 did it, and then also the 3 came close along with the 11.
Yeah, so they came within 2 points. That's the maybe 2, so minus 2 points there. Also, a couple of other things where you're looking for horses for first-time starters. Again, we already talked about wanting a score of 2.6, so 2.5 or more. River Empress does get that score. Something else that's popping up in here today, Terry, that we haven't seen yet today, I don't believe, is second race par ability, where the 3 and the 11 show with typical second race improvement. From what I've read, horses can improve anywhere from 5 to 13 points. That's the bell curve there, folks. Some will improve less or go backwards. Others will improve more, but that's the bell curve. And when you look at that bell curve, I add the 13 points to it. That's where we come up with that number. And you'll see that the 3 and the 11, they can get to 84, where the speed figure here is 73. So they can go well past that 73 speed figure, Terry. Outside of that, the 4 horse gets the top last race speed figure, 3 points better than everybody else. And then, Terry, I don't think there's really much else to talk about in this race because everyone's looking for their first W. Who will get it?
I like the 4 Pan Pan. Finished third versus similar in her last race. She has a high percentage winning trainer and switches a high percentage winning jockey, and blinkers are added today. Beach of Dreams, the 11, ran her second in her debut race as a heavily favored favorite, and she has a high percentage winning trainer. River Impress, the 10, is a first-time starter whose breeding suggests she'll like the grass. She has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And I like Fonzie Angel, the 3, first-time starter whose breeding suggests she'll also like the grass, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. No bets for me here.
Yeah, we start off at the 411. Pan Pan, top last race speed figure. A yes horse in there, Terry. Only one in the field. Could improve in the third start of its career. Beach of Dreams, get that second race improvement. 7-5 favorite in its debut. People thought highly of that one. Going to get a little extra distance today. I feel like that's beneficial. Fonzie Angel, another one that is making the second race with the improvement on tap and coming down a little bit from a maiden special weight outing. And then River Empress was a tough call for me over the 2-horse Safaring Sea, but I'm going to go with the highest rated first timer versus a field of no's. No additional bets for me. Race 6, Terry, another one of those races where it looks like there's a whole lot of options based upon a preview of our picks there. Again, bunch of horses seeking the first W.
Yep, at 6 furlongs, it's a maiden race per 80,000 for maidens, fillies, 2-year-old.
Yeah, and then for this very short description, in a short race, stalkers do well, but still almost 1 out of 4 win on the lead. Inside horses definitely get a benefit over the outside horses in there, Terry. Once again, I want to take a look at this number because they're seeking their first W, their first win, their first trip for a photo session. 85 is the number, Terry, in the 6th race. Are there any that hit that 85 yet?
Well, no, there isn't, but there's one that came within 2 points, which is the 7. So,
But the 7 has a couple races in its belt. Did show some improvement last time out in the beginning and the end of the race with faster fractions. So hope for more today. Again, with first-time starters then is a big part of this mix. Get the 1, the 2, the 6, the 9, and the 10. Let's take a look. You got a 2.5er right there, and that's it. Everybody else is a little bit under that. And then over here, you got your second-time raceability or parability, as I call it. You got the 4, Sparkling Mama, and the 13, Wonder Woman. Sometimes the same person. Where's the jockey and trainer to look for here, Terry?
well, take a look at that. 4 is the best jockey, and then the trainer is the best trainer is the 12. But I think the 12 is the best jockey-trainer combination.
Yeah, so if you're going to look at experienced horses, the 7-horse did run the top last race speed figure, 4 points better than everybody else, and also a little bit more than a 1 length late speed edge. The 4-horse, that second up horse there, got a pretty good early speed edge there, Terry. So maybe the 4 gets to the lead and does not give it up. What say you in race number 6?
Well, in this race here, I like the number 7, Jetty's Home. Ran second versus similar in her last race, has a high percentage winning trainer who wins 24% of the races in sprint starts, has a high percentage winning jockey as well. And then Donna Romano, the 1, is my second choice. She's a first-time starter whose sire wins 19% with first-time starters. Her dam has 2 winners from 2 starters, and she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey as well. Then 4, Sparkling Mama, finished third versus similar in her only start and has a high percentage winning jockey. Salt Princess, the 8, ran second versus similar in her last race. Her best dirt speed is fast among today's starters. She has a high percentage winning jockey. She's my long shot. No additional bets.
I am going to go with the 4-horse Sparkling Mama. Second race improvement, more stamina today after speed and fade in the debut. Man, I'm Elmer Fudd today, Terry. I love to see this line right here for sure. The horse comes out, shows speed, and then just kind of tails off at the end. Second race, almost always you see the horse with more improvement. It was pretty decently bet there as well. So expect more speed to hang in there longer today. A Wandering Woman, the 13 horse. That is another horse with second-rate improvement. You're going to put that one in contention, although the outside post is a drag. Number 7, Jetty's Home. That one, of all the experienced horses, has that speed figure edge, has the top total pace edge. Let's see if that can hold out versus some horses that are making their first or second starts. And that brings us to the 2-horse. Margarita Mali, top rater first timer. Everybody else is a no. Got to have it. 50-cent trifecta box 2, 4, 7, and 13 in race number 6. Before we move on, Terry, to the late pick 4 and the final 4 races on this fantastic Thursday of racing at Saratoga. Monday, you'll be back, and I'll be back for Parks. Same for Tuesday. I for sure will be off next Wednesday. Terry may or may not do it on Wednesday. Thursday, we'll be back to Saratoga. No Foreign Friday tomorrow either. I have some personal things that I need to take care of. Hopefully, have cleaned up by the middle of September. So there will be some days off for me, Terry. But to make sure you don't miss the days when we're on, what do you want to do?
You want to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's very easy to do. It doesn't cost you one single dime. Go ahead and hit that bell. Now, when you hit that bell, it's going to tell you and notify you about 30 minutes before every one of the different programs we got coming up, like Foreign Fridays, that sort of thing. Then copy the link at the bottom, share it with everybody you know. They can come and check us out too. Go to our social sites such as X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Blue Sky, and Horse Race at number 2 day. Give us a thumbs up and a like. And then keep these comments and picks coming, such as Christopher D'Souza's done with the 5th and the 6th race here, as we like to see them. And it's really good for our algorithms.
Yeah, any interactivity. So come back and watch the show again. We will timestamp every race in the description on YouTube. So you can come back and watch every race, our explanation. Of course, if you come back and you decide you want to learn, and I think you should, the smart sheets and what the data means, because there's a lot of great information in there that you cannot find anywhere else. There's a link for both of those in the description on YouTube. Again, on Saturday, the $1.25 million Travers Stakes. The wagering guide is done, soon to be uploaded over there at Guaranteed Tip Sheet, along with free races today at Remington Park. And then the smart sheets for the entire Saturday card over at Saratoga. You don't want to miss any of that. The only place you can get all of it is Guaranteed Tip Sheet. Link in the description on YouTube. Kindly use that. All right, Terry, let's move off to race number 7 and kindly share with us what the conditions are for the 7th race.
We're going to shorten up to 5.5 furlongs. It's on the turf. It's a purse of $100,000 for maidens, fillies, and mares, 3-year-olds and upward.
Yeah, kind of tough stretch here, right? 3 consecutive maiden races. This one's 5.5 furlongs. I think the last race of the day is 5.5 furlongs too. So keep an eye out on how the first few at this distance play out. So far, stalkers have done well. 19% of which have gone wire to wire. Rail discount, so Truth and Beauty will have to work a little bit harder. 2 through 7 a bonus, 8 and out gets discounted as well. So a little bit of a stalking trip in race number 7, Terry, although some speed is useful. So if they're really going to come out of the gates, quite a few of them here early on as well.
Yeah, it's one of those who knows race on who gets that quarter pole. It just depends on who gets the best break and the horse really wants to run. So
yeah, again, 3rd in a row. So let's just reemphasize, when you're looking at these maiden races, look to see who has hit par or come to par or has a chance to hit it today. A trio of horses, Terry, so far are green in the par column.
Yeah, you can see that the 2, 6, and I guess that 12, the outside horse, has the best has done this in the past.
Yeah, so you look at, you got a couple in here that have second race par ability. You talk about 2.5. You got 1, 2, 3, especially these right here. And then on top of that, you have, for the first time today, we see back bullet workouts. So the 5 and the 11 showing great workouts getting prepped for today, Terry. This looks like a very wide open maiden race. You got horses that can improve in their second start, horses that already proven they can hit that mark, and other horses that are working out tremendously well. Great trainers, great breeding. Whew, great difficulty in picking this one. And how did you do it? Did one of us
I like the 2 gel horn. What's that?
Nothing. There was just a pause. I thought maybe I had faded out with my bad internet or something.
All right. Anyway, she ran 3rd in her last race as the favorite and has a high percentage winning trainer, though, that wins 26% of the races when bringing back a beaten favorite to race again. Has a high percentage winning jockey. Jen's Beach Road, the 12, finished third versus similar on the dirt. In her only start, her breeding, though, suggests she'll like the grass, and she has a high percentage winning trainer jockey. Shades of Jade, 3, finished third in her only start, has a high percentage winning trainer jockey. Number 6, Fast Market, ran second versus similar last race. Her best turf speed is fast among today's starters, and she has a high percentage winning jockey and a good workout on August 15th. I'm going to play the last pick 4. I'm going to use the 2, 3, 6, 10, and 12 with the 5, 6, with the 1, 2, 4, 6, with the 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 9. I believe that's too much money. It's not a 48.
You're taking either the 10 out in the first leg or something in one of the last legs.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the 10.
$48. 2, 3, 6, 12, 5, 6.
So
1,
that's
2, 4,
48.
6, and then 1, 2, 9 for $48. All right. Well, we both like the 12 and the 2. I'm going to go at Jen's Beach Road is the top pick there. Has some speed. I like that. And then the other thing has is some first-time Lasix. I'm a big fan of that too. You see horses that show speed, and then they fade off, and then they catch this over here. That combination usually plays out extremely well. I'm hoping it does today. If not, Gellhorn, the 2 horse, the other yes horse in this field, Mr. Terry. Upgrades to Irad Ortiz in the 3rd race of its career. Number 5, Justine is one of those first-time starters. 2.97. Wesley Ward horse. Always got to put those in short sprints. Solid workouts. The 11, Dancing Girl, a long shot, Terry. First timer with some really good workouts and some really nice odds there to boot. And then I also had the 3 horses, my next up on the list. But I'm going to do a pick 4. 2, 3, 5, 11, and 12. 5, 7, 4, 6, and then 1, 2, 4, 5, and 9. I'm pretty positive that works out to $50. And then a trifecta, 50 cent, 2, 5, 11, 2, 3, 5, 11, 12, 2, 5, 11. I'm fairly positive that works out to $9, but I could be wrong sometimes. How long do we have to race number 2? No, we still have plenty of time.
5 minutes.
All right, so let's do race number 8, which looks like it's going to be Terry's best bet. So your best bet, Terry, is running to collect what?
That's a 1 mile race, an optional claiming race. It's a $75,000 claiming price. It's a $115,000 purse for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and upward, which have never won $20,000 twice other than a maiden claiming starter or state bred allowance, or which have never won 3 races, or an optional claiming price of $75,000.
Race number 7, Christopher D'Souza going back likes the 1 with the 5, 9, 2, and 12. Always looking to blow up our thoughts. We appreciate that. The grenade thrower, Christopher D'Souza. I am taking a look at this 1 mile. I can always have to bring this up, Terry. A little repetitive at times, I guess. But when we had Jose Ortiz on, he said these races that have chutes like this or weird beginnings, getting proper position heading into that turn many times is the key to winning a race. So you want to get some good, solid early position, especially for a race, a 1 mile where 32% of the horses go wire to wire. That's the case of getting to that turn in great position. 1 through 7 play a little less than fair. 8 and out has been by far the best post position to own. So in the 8th race, Terry, if there's any speed on the outside, you got a good chance, and it looks like that's where the speed might be found.
Yeah, that's right. That 7 shows the most speed, followed up by the 2.
Yes, indeed. Those 2 should get out of the gates early on, but you see the 2 does have a little better early pace on the inside. Could be indeed the horse that you got to catch. A couple of class droppers in here with the 6th and the 8th. Everybody either hit par or within 1 point, so that's not an issue today, Terry. We do 1,000 simulations where we spit out an expected speed figure, and when those speed figures hit 89 or yes, we count it, or above, excuse me. So based upon that today, who's got the best chance to run a speed figure at par or better?
Well, the 5 there, Kathleen Wheels, she has the best chance. She's above that 50% threshold that we like to see.
Yes, 525 out of 1,000 times. You got a couple horses with better fractions last time out, the 2 and the 8 in there. No real front runners up in here, Terry. Everybody wants to be middle back, although the 2 horse can be a pilot or co-pilot. You got a co-pilot here. Everybody else to the middle back usually favor speed. The 5 horse in that, or excuse me, the 7 horse and the 2 in that early mix, so they should be out there. but neither one of them really strong on the C zone, Terry. Not bad, but not strong.
That's right. That 5 has the best numbers, followed by the 6. So those 2 horses will probably be the most comfortable in this race.
And who has the best jockey, best trainer, and best combo?
2 best jockey, 6 is the best trainer, but I think the 6 is also the best jockey trainer combination.
Yes, Catherine Wheel, last time out. Speed figure, 3 points better than everybody else. According to our simulation odds, 50% of the time, because that's 1-to-1. It's an even money shot on Catherine Wheel, although it is only our second in our top total pace mix, along with the 8 on top, the 7 and the 6. Who's on top of your picks in race number 8?
Well, it's my pick of the day at Parks, and it'll be the 3rd day in a row that I'm trying to win, so I'm going for a hat trick. The 5, Kathleen Wheel, finished in the money in her last 10 starts, running 2nd in her last race. She has the highest speed figure at today's distance, and she has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. Perfect shot. The 6 won her last race, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Cupid's Heart, the 7, ran 5th in her last race after having a lot of trouble during the race, previously finishing in the money in 9 races in a row. Her best third speed is fast among today's starters, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. And then the 2 is my long shot, finished 3rd in her last race and has a high percentage winning jockey. I'm going to bet 20 to win on the 5, and then a $10 exacta box 5-6, and then a $10 exacta box 5-6-7. That's it for me.
I'm going to stick with a little bit different thoughts here in race number 8. Cupid's Heart, 3rd start after a layoff, should be its best race, should be forward. And when that horse gets out to the front, very difficult at times to catch at the end. If not, Terry's best bet makes it 3 in a row. Catherine Wheel is that top last race speed figure, is the even money simulation favorite, and by far, as we pointed out, the top par plus horse in the race. Good night. God bless. That is the 8 horse, a little bit of a long shot. It's the biggest class dropper in the field. We'll see that here moving down almost a half a length in there. It is a yes horse in there as well, Terry. And we're going to take that. Top total pace horse to boot. And then finally, number 2, Kalili Magic. This horse has run at this distance a dozen times, hit the board in 10 of them. I would consider that to be very consistent performer. And today gets the benefit of upgrading to IRAD Ortiz. No bets for me in here. Let's rewind to race number 2, Terry, because it looks like they're getting themselves organized to get into the gate for the second race there. Indeed, they are. So let's take a look at the smart sheets in race number 2, see if there is any value in here. Oh, these are all these first-time starters and stuff, right? So it's really hard to say. So just looking at the board, right now you got the 10 horse. That first-time starter with the double checks over there. That one is a prohibitive favorite from 8-1 down to 6-5. So it looks like there's some the backstretch knowledge inside on the 10 horse. And then you got the 7 horse. That one's your next favorite, Birch Run. It is a yes horse. Did show better early pace last time out, as well as better fractions, taking a drop in class. Keep an eye out on that one at 4-1. The 8 horse, the 1 horse, that one's next. That one, according to our stuff, maybe ought not be the 3rd favorite, but it is taking one of the biggest class drops in there with one of the top jockeys on there at 9-2. Then you look at the other first time starter, the 4 horse in there. That one is the 2.61. That one you're getting 12 to 1, 12 to 12. Come on, 12 to 1 odds. The 6 horse, the other first time starter in here, Iroquois. That one is a 2.3 with the top jockey trainer combination. That one's taking in 5-1 odds. All right. We're just about ready to rock and roll on it looks like a beautiful sunny day there in north central New York. It's a nice place to visit, no question. Not a whole lot. Well, they got the night scene out there. They say that the 40 nights are harder to survive at Saratoga than the 40 days. Well, Terry, for our pick 4s, we have the 4, 8, and 10, the 1, 6, 7, and 8. And then, of course, for my double, I need either the 4, the 8, or the 10 to come home as the winner. My preference would be the 4, of course, because that would pay plenty. And they're off and they're running. And away they go. Pretty clean start, the 8 horse. That's the one that is on the lead right now. Here, St. Bridget's Cross. And then to the inside is the first time starter, the 4. The 10 horse, your favorite, another one that's going to get a pretty goofy trip perhaps in here, Terry, because he's going to have to go 3 wide at 1-1 to take home the top prize. They're heading into the corner after, what do they run? This race is 7 furlongs, 23:02, so a little bit faster than the last race. So maybe they might be able to catch that one. Let's see what they do in the second half of the race. Coming around the corner, really nobody pressing up. It does look like the 10 horse. The 4 horse down on that rail, it's starting to come alive a little bit. That would be a nice winner for the pick 4 at a nice price, as well as my double. The 8 horse continues to hold on. It looks like the 1 horse of the experienced horses might be the one that gets up into here. But right now, it looks like this race is between the 4 and the 8 horse. And I don't know that anybody's moving fast enough to catch either one of them. I think the 4 horse would have probably had a chance because the jockey can't get him to change leads because he's running crazy all over the track. But guess what? Even though running crazy all over the track, he's going to come home your winner, Terry. It's going to go 4, then 8, then I don't know who came in third. I hope it was the 7 because that would make for a trifecta box for me too. The 4 horse, that one going off at 13-1, Terry. And again, when you look at these horse races, you got that 2.6er against a lot of yeses and nos. You always have to put them in there. The 10 horse didn't fire today. I don't know who it was for 7, Terry. Cross your fingers that it was the 7. I don't know if that's who it was or not. I couldn't tell. So it's 4-8. It looks to me. No, it's the 1 horse. He beat the 7. Oh, you suck, 1 horse. All right, I'll take it anyway because I did get the double anyway on my $3 double. And that double paid $109.25, Terry. So I got it 3 times. So no matter what happens for the week, because we only did 3 bets this week. So that's 300 Benny in the bets. I'm at least $9 profitable after a negative first couple of days.
That's right. You're doing really well.
Well, folks, that's why. Woo! Look at Christopher D'Souza in race number 8.
Yeah,
my man is straight up. I think that's by far the most money I've ever seen Christopher D'Souza say he's going to put on a horse to win. Terry, what do you say?
Yeah, I don't remember anything that big.
Christopher, in the description and the YouTube comments, let us know why you're so bold on that horse in race number 8. I'm curious to know why, because I'm always open to learning. That's I think if you're in this game, horse racing, that's one of the things that you always have to have is an open mind, because you don't know everything, and if somebody's got something that you don't know that you should understand and learn it and apply it. Not last race, the first race of the late double today, Terry, is race number 9. It is the second of the 2 stakes races on the card. I can't figure out what I want to say today.
Yeah, it's a 1 1/8. It's the Albany Stakes. It's a purse of $200,000 for 3-year-olds, folded in New York State and approved by the New York State Registry.
So at 1 1/8, as we see earlier in the first stakes race, which is upcoming in race number 3. In that case, you're looking for stalkers. 24% of the time they go wire to wire. Inside is better than outside. Terry, so in race number 9, I think again we have a 5-horse field in race number 9. So you take the longest shot on the board and just move on. That looks like it could be the 3-horse, although our simulations and everything else say maybe not this time. But if you're looking for speed, who's going to have it?
Well, the 6 shows a lot of speed. It shows almost 3 times as much as the rest of the horses. So it should get that quarter pole first.
Yeah, also 6 has an 8 point, so about 1.5 length early speed advantage. 5-horse field. Just don't go out in 21. That's it, right? But if you can't hold on, the 4-horse has a pretty big late speed advantage as well as a 12-point total pace edge. Terry, looks like the 4 also a great jockey, great trainer combination.
That's right. That's the best one.
Yes. Nobody has hit par. In this case, you're looking for 897, so that's a pretty bold number up in there. And then a couple have come close in there. A few hit a par plus maybe, Terry. All right. Who's going to win this stakes race, Terry?
Well, I think in this race, if I can get to my sheet here, it's going to be the 4, Iron Dome. He won his last 2 races easily at at Saratoga, and he has a high percentage winning trainer who wins 18% of the non-graded stakes races he has an entry in. Has a high percentage winning jockey as well. Hit the post the 6, ran second in his last race. Has a high percentage winning trainer. And he has a good 4 furlong workout on August 14th. And then the 1, King's Leap, finishing the money in her last 9 starts, winning 4 of the races. The rail post is winning at a 22% clip. Just Licorice finished in the money in her 4 races out of 5 starts, and she's won 1 of those, has a high percentage winning trainer jockey. No bet says I'm out of money.
It's too bad that 7 horse didn't finish in the money, Terry, instead of the 1 there, because that 50-cent trifecta paid $346.25.
Wow.
Yeah, that would, and basically the 1 and the 7 had the same odds, a little bit higher odds on the 1 than the 7, but would have made for a great Thursday, at least a great start. But hell, I'll take what we got so far. No need to be greedy. In this race, Terry, what you're looking for, I'm looking for the 6 horse to win, hit the post, and the reason is I know the 4 horse scores out. In a lot of our numbers better, 10 points on the late speed, 12 points on the gap. But these 2 horses have run once against each other before. And in that race, the 6 horse actually demolished the 4 horse. I think he gets out to the front and does it again. We'll see. Number 4, 4 consecutive speed figure increases in a row. We talk about Barry Meadows in his book, The Skeptical Handicapper, says anytime they do 3 speed figure increases or more in a row, that's an alpha angle that wins at least 15%. Pointed out that horse has that top late speed edge, top total pace edge, but also last time out showed some improved early foot to boot. Number 1, King's Leap is the simulation favorite in the money. 8 out of 8 races on a fast track, so put him 3rd because he'll make it 9 out of 9, but don't know that he has what it beats to beat the 4 or the 6. And then King Licorice. I'm not a big fan of the black one, Terry. I don't like it at all, but the red one's all right for me. A little waxy licorice, in my opinion. You like licorice?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I'm not my favorite. 3rd start after a layoff. I wanted to put the 3 in here just because the 3 will be the longest shot on the board, but the 3 looks like deservedly will be the longest shot on the board in this case. I'm going to put 17 to win on that 6 horse, Terry, to beat the 4 again. And then a $7 double, 6 over to 1, 2, 4, 5, and 9. Because we're closing out with another race that I feel like can be wide open, which is the last race of this week. Again, Terry, to make sure you don't miss anything we do next week, what should you do? Because if you're not watching, you didn't win that early double and turn 100 into 300 in a minute and a half.
That's right. You should subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's very easy to do. Go ahead and hit the bell so you're notified about all the great programs coming up. Copy the link at the bottom and share it with all your friends, relatives, neighbors, everybody. They can come check us out. Go to our social sites that are scrolling down below at Horse Race and number 2. Give us a thumbs up and a like. And keep these comments coming like Christopher D'Souza and Selchuk and also Tafon, as we like to see him, and it's a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to see how Christopher's horse does in the 8th race.
Yeah, and Christopher, please tell us why you're so confident on that 3 horse. I would love to know why. All right, Terry, for the last time this week, what's it all about?
Okay, so in this 10th race, we're going to go to 5.5 furlongs. It's on the turf. It's another maiden race. It's $90,000 purse. It's for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward, foaled in New York State and approved by the New York State Registry.
Mm-hmm. And looking at that, 5.5 furlongs on that turf course. We're looking at stalkers. We're 19%. Well, they run first all the way around the track. There's a rail discount for Manhattan Beauty, a long shot there, Terry. Rail discounts, 2 through 7 a bonus, 8 and out are also discounted. Well, this is another race, Terry, where maybe finding that first win is key. You're looking at, again, the par horses. We got 2 of them with the 8 and the 9. On the first-timer status, Terry, what do you got there?
Well, you can see there that was at the 4. Yeah, the 4 has a 2.86, which is above that 2.5. And then the 5 has a 2.67. And of course, then that other horse, which I think that's the 7, isn't it? It's 2.28.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then one of them has the 81 there in the race, second race compatibility.
Yep, second race par ability. Maybe the 4-horse does it again, Terry. Long shot, 2.86, got a back bullet workout. That's what you're typically looking for in a field versus nose or yes. So if you like the yeses, it's the 8 or the 9. Outside of that, maybe the second race par ability in the 3, and then the first time starters, Terry. So they can go 1,000 different ways in the final race of the day. And which way are you taking it?
Well, I'm going to go with the 9, Garden of Grace. She ran third versus similar in her last race. Her best turf speed is fast among today's starters. Has a high percentage winning jockey. No Ordinary Love, the 2, finished second versus similar in her last race. She has the highest race speed rating. Has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Manhattan Beauty, the 1, is my third choice, ran 6th in her last race, but she had a lot of trouble, so I'm going to ignore that race. She has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey, and she has a good workout on August 15th. One last knock. She is my long shot. She has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. No additional bets as I'm out of money.
So I'm going to go with the 1-horse. 15-1 morning line on. Rich, you're out of your mind because it's a no horse too, right? We saw that over here. Look, 15-1. Didn't get that second race par ability. I mean, hell, last time out, it ran a 16. What the is that? But it did show some pace there a little bit. Those numbers aren't too bad. But the number that popped out to me was over here, right? 1.55, so 3-2 morning line, a post-time favorite. Bumped at the start, eased on the way home, 6-horse field. There's a reason why Bill Mott, one of the best trainers in history, why the bettors backed that guy at 3-2. I'm going to find out if maybe the first race just didn't work out the way they wanted. And race number 2, it shows why it was that 3-2 favorite. If not, that first-time starter, Aldemars, that one is a very good workout, and the top-rated first-time starter. Garden of Grace is a yes horse. Did tie for the top last race speed figure and does have more upside as well. And then finally, the 5-horse Stormy Central. That's the other highly rated first-timer. And this one, you got a pretty good jockey on that one in Irad Ortiz. I don't think Irad rides too many first-timers that stink, so we'll put him in there as well. Although in my daily double, I also included the 2 in my mix as well. All right, Terry, that wraps up all of our picks for today. In the opening race, the 3-horse won. In race number 2, the 4-horse won. So I guess that means in race number 3, the 5-horse wins, Terry, which neither one of us has. So watch out for that.
Yeah,
you never know in some of these races. So as far as our bets are concerned, race number 3, nothing. Race number 4 is the second of the pick 4s. You can see Terry's picks right there, mine right below. Race number 5, we have no wagers. Race number 6, a trifecta box for me. Race number 7, another pick 4, another trifecta for me. Race number 8, we have Terry's best bet of the day going for a, what do you call it, Terry?
Hat trick.
A hat trick, 3 in a row. So we're taking hockey terms to the horse racing track. And then race number 9, I have a win bet as well as a late double. Nothing else coming in race number 10. Again, just a reminder that next week we'll be back Monday and Tuesday for Parks. Wednesday, I'll be off. I can't tell you what Terry will do. He may or may not host a show with Thomas. He might want to do it because I think Tom might want to do Kentucky Downs. So the 2 of them might be out for the craziest track in all of the world, Kentucky Downs. Thursday, we'll go back to the Saratoga. And then I know for sure that next Friday, Tom wants to do the entire card for Saturday at Kentucky Downs. It is Foreign Friday in Kentucky, and some people might say that the middle of Kentucky is foreign. Who knows?
Yeah, well, they do have a track that resembles a lot of the foreign tracks.
Yeah, they do, right? And it's kind of wild. Again, Travers this weekend, 1.25 million. Sovereignty is scared off everybody. Only 4 other horses in that race, a 5-horse field. Sovereignty is the 2-5 favorite, but when there's a 2-5 favorite, Terry, what do you got to do? You got to take one with a chance to beat it. I took one that has a chance to beat it. You can read about that over in our wagering guide, soon to be loaded over there, as well as free picks today at Remington Park. Again, if you want to support the show, there's a couple of ways you can do that. You can subscribe, you can like, you can follow, all of that. But monetarily, you can head on over to horseracingtoday.net, click on that HRT gear, right there. Get yourself a Horse Racing Today hat, t-shirt, or in the description on YouTube. And just alone for first-time smart starters, the Smart Sheets is worth your attention. That's the second time in 2 weeks we caught a first-timer with nice numbers at a big price. We had the $80 winner last week. We had the $28 winner today. Just that alone is worth the price of admission. Right now it's free. Soon they'll be coming for every track that runs thoroughbreds in the country. And there's a tip jar along with the description, as well as today's Smart Sheets and how to use them on the YouTube description. Any final thoughts from you, Terry, before we part and have hopefully a wonderful weekend?
Yeah, I hope everybody has a great weekend, and please go and look at go through from our website here, or either our website or the show, and go to look at Guaranteed Tip Sheet and see what you can find there, because I tell you, it really does well. And anyway, other than that, just have a great day.
Yes, we certainly hope that no matter what you're doing on this terrific Terry Thursday, whether you're seeking your third best bet win in a row, you're just kind of chilling, getting ready for the weekend, or you're working hard trying to achieve your goals, which is what I will be doing when we hang up, because I will be working on the extended V2 of the Smart Sheets, where we're going to incorporate granular profiles of a winner and then other data that I think you'll find very much to your liking. We hope it has God's grace, God's favor, and every single thing that you do ends up in the
winner circle.
Yes, make it a blessed day. We'll see you on Monday.